to another FS Flight Productions video review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Captain Sim 767-300. This plane I've been using for the past few days now, and it is a really good plane. I have to say, before I start the review, you should know that it is really good, but it does have a few flaws, and we're going to be exploring all of those today. I'm going to start off in the cockpit here, just let me review the cockpit. If you can see, all the textures are really high resolution, like, you know, little scuff marks and things like that. You can see the top there, and everything as you'd expect with a payware plane. Everything works, even more so than the PMDG that I reviewed a few weeks back. Like, you see this little window here, you can click it in, pull back, and there's like anything you can think of. Open close, just everything works. Like, even the second officer's panel here, all the buttons work on it. What else did I show you? The FMC, yes. It's nice to see as well that the FMC is the same as the PMDG, which means that they must both be really based on real life, because they are almost identical in the way that they work. Like, you know, departure and arrival, RTE. That's wrong, so we're not change that now. It's just an example. You know, they're all really the same, but the main difference from the PMDG is it's slightly more difficult to use, I'd say, because what you have to do is, before we want to take off, where is it? Okay, as you can see, we're on the initial reference page here, and the difference from this and all other paywares I've used is you have to calculate the zero fuel weight for yourself. On other planes, it put it in for you, and you tick to accept it, and it did it, which unrealistic, because it's worked its own way out, which is not what you do. So how you work out the zero fuel weight is you have to get the operating empty weight plus the total load weight, and this can be, well, it's more realistic, but it can be a bit of a drag sometimes when you got to, you know, find out the weight by going off FSX, going in the weights, adding it together. And it's a good feature because it does bring another level of realism, but it's also a bit of a drag. I wish there was an option that you could just tick to automatically fill that in for you, and if you really wanted it, you could have it so it calculated it manually like it is all the time. But again, that's because my laziness, really. But anyway, we're looking at the communications panel. Move this other way. There's planes, the way the buttons are, I don't know, rendered or made, they're just very high quality. I'll zoom in a long way on this now. Now that's a very big zoom, but yeah, you can still, you know, see quite crisply the textures on the edge of it. Again, I'll show you, like, everything's just ridiculously high quality, really. Also, another feature that I like is if you can see buttons that normally I'll turn the fuel off. You can see they click out like that. That's very good, because it's how it should go. If you bash it, it won't go off. But you know, it's just nice to have that realistic feature. As you can see here, we're on the overhead panel. As you'd expect, everything works. I mean, anything you can think of, even more so than any other payware I've been on. They've also added nice little features that are really appreciated. I really like this. Is cabin calls. They press this.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are refueling the aircraft during board.
I'll just stop it there. But as you can see, there's all different types here that you can use. They're really nice to use. You just press them, and it really makes you feel like you're there. It's a really good feature. I like that a lot. Yeah, like everything works. Like, I'll start the APU generator on. All these buttons work. Everything's amazingly detailed. Again, high quality. Like, I'll zoom in again, and you can read everything perfectly without any trouble. Another like it's a little thing, and it's not even that functional, but it's really nice. Is this chart here? This is I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can't change it because I've never seen anyone be able to. But it's just there. I think it's, where is it? Yeah, it's KPAE in Washington State, but. It's really nice just to have it there. It makes it, I don't know, just makes you feel like you're there. It's really good. Okay, this is probably about everything I'm going to show you in here. I'll show you the lights. Like, everything gets lit up in a glow. When it's nighttime, it's really nice because the lights in here, they act as like spotlights, and everything's not bathed in light. There's the little they kind of like a lamp. It looks really, really nice. It's a really, really nice effect that they have there. Everything's just quality in here. You can tell that they've spent a long time making this plane, and all the textures are the best I've ever seen in any payware aircraft by a long shot. But it does have its drawbacks that I'll talk about later. So I'm going to move on to the outside of the aircraft. As you can see, we're on the outside of the aircraft now. Just going to quickly go over some of the liveries that come with this base pack model Captain Sim that I've got. It comes with about 6-7 liveries. I can't exactly remember. There's KLM, Aeroflot, BA, Qantas, and a few others, but not that many really. But they're all very high quality, so I can only see why there's a few in the package that comes with the aircraft with different engine models, and you can choose to have winglets or not, because they would be a per airline choice, so you can choose to have them on or not. But anyway, that's what comes with it. Not as good as the PMDG or any companies that have lots available to download off their site for free, but still they do come with quite a lot. And another point that I haven't made so far, but it's probably best to now, it only comes with the passenger variants. You have to pay for cargo or any other variants of 767. You know, I can see why they've done it, because they want more money basically, but it's still, if you just want a 767 passenger like I do, that's great, that's all you want. But if you want the freighter, then you just have to buy this and the base pack and the freighter add-on. But nonetheless, they're still available. But that's, you know, they're good quality products, all of them, and they are very different. They're not just like the cockpit's changed a bit. The whole back has been remodeled with everything, and you know, I can see why, because it is a lot of work. So we're gonna show the texture quality now. If I zoom way in here, there's just no blurriness at all. It's unbelievable. The quality of these textures on the outside, as are in the interior, they're staggering. Like you can see on these engine encals here. Oops, a bit in the way there. As you can see with these engine encals here, they're just unbelievable quality. You can see that here. Just get your close up look. You can see there's just no blurriness at all in any way, shape or form. There's nowhere I can fault any of these. If I look at the back here, you can see these black smudge lines, like where it's brilliant. It really is. See you again, we're outside the aircraft, but we've come to the main Achilles heel of this plane, and it's the frame rates. The frame rates in this plane are apocalyptically bad. I mean, terrible. This plane is just unbelievably bad. I've sat here at this same gate. I've done this test just a minute ago. In the PMDG, I get around 52 frames, roughly 53, 50, 54, something like that. In a Cessna 172, I get around 110, and in this I get 18. It means it's almost unplayable to use this aircraft in airport situation. When you're in the air, it's not too bad because there's nothing really to render, but it just makes it so laggy. You can see me moving it here now, and it's just juddering. And don't say it's because it's my PC, because my PC is a very powerful PC and it can run anything else on Earth maxed out, but not this plane. It makes it a really kind of a difficult plane to use, a difficult plane to video, which isn't a problem for the majority of people, but you can't really video it in the angles you want because you get 12 frames per second. It's ridiculous how low frames you get, really. But it is a toss-up between the quality and the frame rate. You know, you choose. If you want the quality, you're gonna have to pay for it with negligible frame rates. But I have to say, it's worse than I ever imagined frame rate wise. Okay, we're back in the cockpit now. You can see I'm getting around 18 frames right now, and you can see it's kind of still playable, but it PC lower end than this, I can imagine this would become completely unusable. This aircraft, I can imagine that you'd have to whack your FSX settings way down to get a playable experience, because I'm bordering on not playable, and I don't know, it's just, I can see why people complain about the frame rates in this plane, because they are really terrible. But yeah, I'm going to go outside and show you just a few more of the sounds of this aircraft. Okay, as you can see, we're on the outside of the aircraft now. I'm going to just give you a bit of try and preview of the sound back. It's going to moan at me because I obviously am not on the runway, the flaps aren't down, you hear a few warning flags and stuff. but just ignore them. I'll thrust the engines up. I don't want to go too far until on the parking brake and jump into the terminal. Okay, you probably get the idea of what these engines sound like. They sound perfect. I mean, they are excellent quality sound. Everything is just, they sound great taking off, landing, everything is just brilliant about this sound pack. They really have a really deep sound to them. I'm just going to thrust it back up again just to give you an idea, like quickly, and drop it back down so you can hear them. They're not one sound pack. They're almost created with variable sounds. They're really good. As you can see, they're starting moving, not even with the parking brake on, but you can get an idea of the really good sound as well. I'm going to go back into the cockpit now and show you a few more of the sound. Okay, as you can see, back in the cockpit now, and I've already I'm going to go over a few more of these cabin calls.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we have now commenced our descent, would you please return to your seats and securely fasten your seatbelts?
These sound packs that are from the captain as well, which is a really nice feature to have varied people.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck it's the captain. Very warm welcome on board this Boeing 777. We're just about ready to push.
As you can hear, I think they blanked out what model of aircraft it is because of licensing issues, or I don't know, that's what it seems like to me. But as you can see, it's getting a bit darker now, and you can see the glow of the light in here, but that's besides the point. But the sound pack included on this, every button has got a really distinctive sound. Like normally there'd be nothing behind this. This is where it ends. This is all you'd get in a default aircraft, just this tiny little cockpit. But this truly is amazing. I have to hats off to you, Captain Sim. You did a brilliant job. When I was getting these low frames, I thought, oh, this plane's not. I don't see why it's getting it. Then I went through and I went, wow. Okay. If you can see, I'm going to move through the aircraft now. Everything, I mean everything, is here. Look, galley, orange juice, open door. Okay, here you go. You can see, look, door, handle, rope, sign, everything. I can't believe it. Magazines. We're going to move into the first class section here. Look, the seats, the windows, the visor, everything. I mean, it's unbelievable, the detail in here. You can see look, it's brilliant that. Just look through the window, you can just see the engine there, you know, the spiral indicating if the engine's moving or not. It's just, it's a whole new level of realism in here. You can see there's a safety video playing on there just to add a little bit more. All overhead panels open. These it's just, I can't believe how, when I came in here the first time, how well it's detailed. I'm going to move through back into coach section. This is all simulated again. Everything in high, very, very high quality. It's the same quality as you'd expect from a virtual cockpit, but it extends itself through the whole aircraft. All these overheads work. I mean, and I'm going to show you this as well. This is just a small feature, but it's always nice. The table, the trays, they drop down. These come down. Like this. Moving on back through to the rear end of the aircraft, you can see there's these magazines, different ones as well, with you know, stuff you can almost read on them. It's unbelievable. Moving way near to the back of the aircraft now through the coach section. Come near the exit. As you can see,